Surrogacy can be a beautiful, life-changing experience, but there are some pros and cons to consider before beginning the surrogate journey. First and foremost, you as a surrogate are a superhero. You are doing something that very few either can or will do throughout their lifetime. Another wonderful thing about becoming a surrogate is you get to experience the wonderful pregnancy glow. You get to feel the movements, you get to feel beautiful, all without having the late night newborn nights again. That's definitely a pro. Another added bonus to being a surrogate is you get to travel to new and exciting places. When I was a surrogate, I got to travel to cities I'd never been to before, and all with a guided tour of my intended parents, taking me along the way, showing me all the wonderful things that their city had to offer. Another huge bonus of becoming a surrogate is, of course, the compensation. I mean, let's be honest, it's a huge financial blessing to be able to have a new savings account, maybe buy their dream home, pay off debt. Anything is possible with your surrogate income. And the number one most amazing pro to becoming a surrogate is helping create a family that would otherwise never be. Creating this gift to family has now given you a lifelong friendship that you otherwise never would have had. There are some cons to being a surrogate. Being a surrogate, you're going to have to go through IVF. If you're unfamiliar with IVF, this means lots of hormone medication and things you might not have ever had to experience doing your own pregnancy. Shots are not always fun. You might get sore muscles. You might have reactions. Those are all things to consider. Another major con with any IVF possibility, you might have a failed transfer. You might have 2 or 3 failed transfers. These not only can be emotionally blowing to both you and the intended parents, it can also be physically hard on a surrogate's body to have to go through multiple rounds of embryo transfer. You are putting the health of yourself and risking your own health for somebody else, and there can be complications just like with any pregnancy, and that's just something to remember. As a surrogate, you do have to put your life on hold. It's a huge sacrifice to become a surrogate for another family. You can't travel out of states, sometimes out of country. You have to be ready, available for all of the appointments, and there can be quite a few in the beginning. And you just have to know that your schedule is no longer just your own. You're also with this other intended family, and that can sometimes be overwhelming. In an ideal world, an entire journey could take anywhere between 16 to 18 months. But depending on how things go, it could be anywhere up to 2 to 3 years just along the process. So that's definitely something to consider when you're making this commitment because you're in it for the long haul. The best way to prepare for a surrogate journey is to first and foremost do your research. There's wonderful websites out there like surrogate.com that will have the process laid out for you, go over things like compensation for your state, and just go over the steps that you'll take from application all the way to post-delivery of an entire surrogate journey. As a surrogate, always keep your expectations realistic. This is a journey. It will have ups and downs, it will have bumps along the way. But remember why you're doing it, because that moment when you hand over that baby back to that family and you see them become parents for the very first time, everything will all be worthwhile.